games, Shawnee. Let's start off with Iowa taking down top 20 ranked Purdue. This is a Hawkeye team that seems like they're getting better bit by bit.
Yeah, offensively, they're finding other options behind the conference's leading scorer in Peter Jok. But what has stood out to me, not just in this game, but essentially since the Iowa State game earlier in December, has been the improvement of Iowa's defense. Mike, they're still last in the conference in terms of scoring defense points allowed, but they've tightened that up over the last number of weeks, and they've done it in a variety of ways. They're playing more guys. Guys are accepting more one-on-one responsibility, but Coach Fran McCaffrey and his staff are also mixing up defenses. They're extending defenses. They're playing 2-3 zone for periods of time. And they've just done a much better job of giving themselves a larger margin for error because of the defense that they're starting to employ. They're not there yet. You know, they're not necessarily one shutdown guy. But this is a team that a couple weeks ago you kind of wondered where they were going. They found a way to gut out a win over Rutgers, and then that win last night over a team versus Purdue that less than 2 weeks ago smacked them around. That's very impressive.
I like this graphic we have up because it shows Bohannon and how valuable he's been. This really is Jok and the baby birds, right? There's 4 out of the top 5 scorers on this team are freshmen. Bohannon seems like he's got way too much confidence for a freshman in a good way.
Not just shooting the basketball. If you take a look at his assist numbers and his assist to turnover, he is outstanding in that regard. So you throw Bohannon in there when he's shooting the ball well, it gives them the opportunity to periods of time kind of use Peter Jok, as strange as it may sound, as a decoy because he draws so much attention. They'll double team Jok, opposition will, even at the three-point line, and he showed himself to be a willing passer last night with 8 assists.
There was a little bit of controversy in this game. In the final minute, when it was very close, there was something that happened. The officials reviewed it, and they didn't overturn it. So I was up by 1 here. The free throw goes awry, and it's batted out, and it looks at the replay like it's off of Tyler Cook, and it should be Purdue ball. Originally, they said, no, it's Iowa ball. They went to the replay. Our play-by-play man said it was clearly off Tyler Cook. The replays seemed to say it was off Tyler Cook. The analyst said Tyler Cook. We all thought Tyler Cook, but they didn't switch it over. What'd you take of all this?
Yeah, I thought that you're looking at it, especially the angle from the back, I thought it showed that it should have been Purdue's basketball. I think that wasn't anything that was clearly definitive. I thought, looking at it at home, you know, that I thought it should have gone to Purdue. Now, what Purdue is going to talk to their team about? Eliminate all doubt. You saw 2 black jerseys standing there. Go after the basketball. I mean, and eliminate all doubt. Now, that's, you know, hindsight, as they say, is 20/20. I still think that there's obviously a more than a substantial place for replay in college basketball. I don't think that the officials were all in unanimous, you know, consensus as to how that play should have gone. It was something that, especially with the look from behind, it looked like they could have overturned it. But if you're Purdue, eliminate all doubt. Go get it. It wasn't like it was bang, bang right on the sideline. You had a chance to corral it. Don't put that in the officials' hands.
And if you watch the video again, you can see Swanigan has a chance to go after it, and he backs up, and that's sort of a fundamental thing they say. Don't let it be in the officials. Make sure you grab the ball. And the other thing, the caveat of this is you never lose the game because of one play. No. You never, ever do. So I'm not saying that. But I am saying, don't we have the replay so that when it's so close like this and you look at the review and you see that it's actually on the other team, aren't we supposed to turn that over?
Yeah, and this is probably the best angle here, and it's not fantastic. Now, it does show, if you look at it really slow, frame by frame, that it looked like it should go to Purdue. Now, on the straight line, you know, if you were looking at it from the sideline, and they did show that angle, it was almost identical to what an official would see if he were standing in that point. They call it being straight line, where you can't see the whole play because you have bodies in front of you in that regard. It was a play that certainly, if you're Purdue, you wish it would have gone the other way. Now, if they were to overturn that, the people in Iowa City would have been upset, especially if the outcome would have you know, been reversed. But it was a tough call. I thought, looking at it at home, I've shared the view of Stephen and David that I thought it would have gone the other way. It wasn't, you know, clearly definitive. The ball didn't necessarily change trajectory. Sometimes you look at that. There are a lot of things that were going on.
And it's hard. It's really hard to be an official. And we don't know, like you said, they could have been split on, I think we overturn it, I think it's not enough to overturn it, so it's hard to be in there. But that's certainly one of the talking points from that game yesterday.